Hello, everyone. Welcome back again to another episode of the Electric Oofaloos podcast, part two of Movies of the Year. I'm one of your hosts, Mr. Duran Baron, aka Jetpack Cat 076, and with me, as always, is
Ooh, Mr. Dern Baron. I like it. That's what I'm
that's
talking about. Dominique Beltran, as usual. Shadow Spider 004 on Letterboxd, a proud watcher of Sundance Films Online.
ooh, titling. We are getting fancy with it. We're happy you're back with us. If you made it through part one, you already know that we're super excited to get back into this. We've been talking about the top movies of this past year, 2022. I've been having a lot of fun with the last episode. We talked about very specific genres and what the best movie in each genre is. And today we're gonna not yet, but when we get started, we're gonna go ahead and jump right into the best movie of 2022. And then we've got some other things to discuss. But first, Dominique,
Yeah,
you just saw another one of the 2022 Oscar nominees, Women Talking. How was it?
it was very good. It's definitely the heaviest of the nominations this year. It's similar to like Marriage Story in the sense that it is one of the most
Oh,
thought-provoking and deep, like thinking, not thinking per se, but cause deep thinking in me movies that they're just so heavy that I'm thinking about it for a long time. This one caused a lot of thoughts, of thinking, as it's about this group of women in some kind of not normal society, like an Amish kind of a thing or something. I'm not exactly sure
a
what, but
religious colony.
yeah. Who have been horribly abused by the men in the colony for like a long time. And so they decide to do something about it. So they talk. It's similar to like 12 Angry Men, where this group of people discuss an idea, reveal their thoughts and ideas about this. And that's most of the movie, you know? And it was
Yeah.
very, very, very interesting. As I've known people who have, been abused by their, I guess, significant other at the time, by abusers. And so this really hit me as something very, serious and something I can learn more about, as well as, I've heard, stories and they've told me how they felt during those times, but I'll never really truly understand that. And so for
Yeah.
me, it was really nice to like be like, it is so important to always be like empathetic to everyone and stuff. So yeah, it was really good. It's in the top it's in the top five of the um Oscar nominees for this year. I still have to see All Quiet on the Western Front. That's the last one I still have to
Mhm.
watch. But I think Women Talking is going to stay in the top five.
Mhm.
I think it's in my top 10 as of right now.
It is. I'm looking at
Yep.
its position in your list right now, and you put it at number nine.
Yep. So yeah.
That's fantastic. Yeah, and I'm glad you watched it. And like I said, this is a movie that I personally I had not heard about until the Oscar nominations came out.
Yeah, I'd only heard a little bit
And
about
so
it here and there.
I of course looked it up and read about it. And it's exciting that it is in the Oscar nominees, and I hope that because I can't imagine that many other people had heard about it.
Yeah,
And so I hope that it being an Oscar nominee brings more people to go see
yes.
this movie.
Me too. Out of all the films, it's definitely, like I said, definitely the heaviest with the most things to say of
Sure.
of any of the ones I've seen so far. It's I wouldn't necessarily say it's a shoe-in for the win. It could. I definitely could see it winning. I think Everything Everywhere still has it in the bag.
I agree
Um,
with that.
and I'd say that's also the better movie overall, because it also is really like deep and interesting and thought provoking. But yeah, no, it was really good. I'll be thinking about it for a while.
That's awesome. Oh, well, is there anything else? You haven't watched anything else since we last talked, have you?
No,
I didn't think
I
so,
don't
but
think so.
sometimes you do several in a day, and I miss one on the other
I
bike. So
I was going to, because as I mentioned, I already had the day off. So we were gonna go see both Everything Everywhere and Women Talking today, but due
ooh,
to unforeseen circumstances related to the ridiculous cold and weather outside, we weren't able to make the first showing, so we just
right.
went and saw Women Talking. We did get KFC though, so that was a
That makes it all worth it.
yes.
Well, I'm sure you saw, but I watched See How They Run last night,
I did.
and I quite enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun.
It's a lot
It
of
was
fun.
and like you mentioned, really the lead
Oh
performances
yeah,
of Sam Rockwell and Saoirse Ronan, that is how you say her name,
cool.
Saoirse Ronan, really carried that movie for me.
Oh yeah,
Um, but I had a great time watching it. My big complaint is that it's a little just too like self-aware,
sure.
and it was funny. I enjoyed it, but I also didn't feel as invested as I normally do in most murder mysteries.
Yeah.
But it's a great movie. I had a lot of fun watching it.
Would you say you were more invested in this or less invested in this than in Adam Sandler's and Jennifer Aniston's murder mystery?
Murder mystery. Uh way more invested.
Would you be more
I
excited for a sequel to this movie or excited for the upcoming murder mystery
okay,
2?
because didn't Murder Mystery 2 just get
Yeah.
a sequel announced?
Yeah. I think he just
Oh
got a
yeah.
trailer.
No, I would much rather see how they run. I hope this gets a sequel.
I do
Well, I
too.
was really hoping that Murder Mystery would not.
Rip.
I know. Oh well. See, and the thing is, I so the first time I watched Murder Mystery, I did quite enjoy it.
Oh, have you
I thought it
seen Murder
was,
Mystery?
oh yeah, I've watched it twice.
Oh, wow. Okay.
The first time I saw it, I had a fun time watching it.
Sure.
It's an Adam Sandler movie, and it was all you can expect from that.
It was better than Pixels.
Yeah, yeah. Um, but the second time I watched it, I was like, wow, this once you know the movie, once you've seen it, it is not worth another rewatch. I don't know if
Oh,
it warrants a first watch entirely, and it could have just been like we've talked about the company and the viewing experience of the first time watching it. That was a lot of
sure.
fun. But anyway,
Dang. That's literally the worst thing that could happen in a murder mystery. Like good murder mysteries make you want to like read it or watch it again so you can pick up on all the shit you
exactly.
missed. Dang, that's
Yeah,
unfortunate.
no, but see how they run. I would rewatch it. I would be very excited for a sequel.
Very good, very good. Anyways.
But Dominique, real
Yes.
quick, I don't know if this can be real quick, but before we get into our main topic, a little bit of news.
Yeah, if you're gonna talk
James
more,
Gunn.
yeah, it's not gonna be quick.
No, it's not. But I'll do my best. I have a lot of thoughts on this, and I'd love to talk about it
Me
more
too.
sometime. James Gunn released and announced his slate for upcoming DC projects. Um, and if you haven't seen his little video or read any of the articles he put out, definitely go check it out because I find his thoughts very interesting and the way he phrases things very interesting and gets me really excited. But Dominique, what are your initial thoughts on some of these announcements?
Bring Henry Cavill back, you cowards. That's my main thought. Oh, and give us
Okay.
Black Adam too, you cowards. This honestly, those are the two big things that I'm feeling the most. It's not even like being excited about any of it. It's just being sad that we're not going to get Henry Cavill back. We're not going to get a Black Adam too.
That's fair.
Yeah, but I mean, The thing that shocked me the most was that apparently the movies that are coming out this year are still going to be part of the new DCU. Apparently, I don't understand that.
It is still pretty unclear. I'm very curious what kind of role they're going to play
Yeah,
in it. I think Flash is going to be the most important one, as James Gunn has said that it is going to be a full reset of the DCU.
right.
Um, and so and he spoke very highly of it, saying that
Which
it
is
was a
good. Which is good.
fantastic, which does give me hope because Flash has been in development hell
For eons.
for so many years, and so on one hand I'm happy it's finally getting made. On the other hand, I'm not thrilled Ezra Miller is still part of it, but I'm curious if Ezra Miller will still be
The
part
Flash.
of it after the movie releases.
I don't know.
Because I think if they fired him now, they'd lose a lot of money on the movie because people wouldn't care as much.
Sure.
But anyway, but my takeaway from this, as soon as I finished watching his little video, my immediate thought was that was the most James Gunn slate I've ever seen.
No, that's fair.
He, between Creature Commandos, The Authority, and Booster Gold,
Yep.
I like that is the most James Gunn group of weird superheroes that you can pick out. And I am all in for it. I'm excited, and I'm a little, I'm of course disappointed as well. Henry Cavill won't be returning as Superman, as he was perfect casting, but I am 100% all in favor of a hard reset, of just scrapping what was the DCEU and bringing in the new era. I am 100% in favor of that.
Yeah.
Because really, it's unfortunate. It's just Henry Cavill was the perfect casting in the wrong movies.
Yeah.
And I like Man of Steel a lot. I know you're a big fan of Batman v Superman.
Yep.
And so it's like there is some good stuff, but I am curious, and that my whole sentiment may completely change once I see the new casting for Superman.
Sure.
I could, if it is not what I imagine Superman to be, then I'll probably be a little upset. But I don't know. I'm feeling pretty positive about the future of DC. I like everything he announced. The two big things that really stand out to me that I'm so excited for, of course, Booster Gold, as he's a favorite superhero of mine, as I just enjoy kind of the loser superhero.
Right.
And then, of course, one of my favorite DC characters is Swamp Thing. And I love the idea of a horror themed Swamp Thing movie.
Yeah. Did you watch the CW TV show?
I didn't. I heard it was pretty good.
I heard it's really good. Yeah.
And then it was canceled after one season. And
Yeah.
well, but I am curious to watch it. I'd like to at some point, but I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm excited. I've got a lot of thoughts on it, but I will spare you those for now.
The most excited thing I am is for the confirmation that we're getting Batman again. More Batman.
Yes.
More Matt Reeves Batman, specifically.
More Matt Reeves Batman.
Yeah.
I will say I'm excited for the Brave and the Bold.
Yeah.
That we're getting a Robin. I like that it's Damian Wayne.
Yeah, that's just an interesting idea, but I'm here for it.
I'm here for it. So yeah, I'm excited for the DC slate. I was not disappointed.
Very good.
But enough with that. Let's move on. Dominique.
Real quick, our good friend Benjamin sends his love.
Oh. I send my love in return, as I'm sure our viewers do as well, our listeners.
Yes, he says, all of you watch Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. It's that good.
It's a very Ben thing to say.
He also said, watch Trolls World Tour. It's the best movie ever made.
Ah, that sounds like Ben. Oh man. I will say I had a great time watching it out with you guys.
It was a lot of fun.
We had a lot of fun. Dominique, are you ready?
For what?
Are you ready to express your opinions into the void of the internet?
Yes. About what?
Dominique Beltran.
Racism? Racism
Oh.
is bad. Don't be racist.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, don't.
Yeah, that's bad. If you're
Well,
being racist, stop it. We
get
don't
some help.
we don't stop it. It's we do not approve of racism, anti-Semitism, sexism, any of those isms on this here podcast. We are
Look,
lovers and fighters for the good and right of the world, or something like that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, is that what you wanted me to express my opinions about?
No, but I'm glad you did.
Oh, okay.
I'm glad you did. I don't think there was any confusion about that before, but just in case there was, I'm glad you clarified that once and for all. Dominique, what is the GOAT? What is the best movie of 2022?
Are we talking subjectively or objectively?
We'll get into that.
Okay.
But if you had to present the Oscar to your favorite movie of 2022,
Morbius, easy.
easy. More billion Oscars.
It should win more billion Oscars, absolutely. Wouldn't you agree, Benjamin?
I
Doesn't Morbius deserve a more billion Oscars?
it got a more billion. It's sort of more billion amount of hits.
Clearly the best film ever.
Avengers in Game of Thrones.
I think that movie has something to do with Spider-Man. But Morbius. Yeah, I think so.
Something to do with Spider.
No, 100% Top Gun Maverick. I am obsessed with that movie. It is one of my favorite movies. I love it with all my heart.
Do you think it is deserving of the Oscar?
It is deserving. Are we talking, is it worthy of winning Best Picture, or is it worthy of winning Best Picture over the other 9 films?
Yes. Do you think it is?
Which one?
Do you think it is worthy of winning Best Picture over the other 9 films?
No. I think Everything Everywhere All at Once should win.
Exact same model.
But that said, I love Top Gun Maverick, so
I agree. And I also completely agree. I think Everything Everywhere All at Once will win. And I also think it very much deserves it over the others. Granted, I haven't seen a lot of the others, but I can't imagine them standing out to me more than Everything Everywhere All at Once.
yeah, no. Having seen almost all of them at this point, none of them are quite like as special and unique and just a film as Everything Everywhere.
I agree. Although I will say, I think for me personally, my favorite movie of 2022 has to be The Batman.
Yeah, no, Batman's really freaking good, dude.
That really, I think it is. I'm excited.
Yeah, no.
October 2025 it's too long. It's too far.
No, that's completely fair.
But we just had some great movies this year, and it's I don't know. It was an exciting year for movies as a whole,
Yeah,
I think.
I agree.
I don't know. There's a lot, especially between Top Gun and Everything Everywhere All at Once. I hope a lot of movies in the future emulate their attention to detail, their special effects, and I don't know. In both of them, I feel like they were both crafted and made with a lot of care and I don't just love.
Yeah,
There is such a joy to both of those movies that I really hope kind of sends shockwaves through Hollywood and the movie industry as a whole. Uh, we start seeing movies with more joy put into them.
yeah,
Um,
for sure.
just some phenomenal films, and I don't know. What do you think you're most excited for this year?
Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning Part 1, or Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. But honestly, probably Mission Impossible. I'm
That's
really pumped for Dead Reckoning Part 1.
I I'm so we're getting some incredible action movies this year.
Oh,
And really for me, it is such a fight between I'm so excited. I'm so curious what I'm going to enjoy more because I 100% agree Dead Reckoning Part 1 is going to be incredible. Visually incredible if nothing else, but I think the movie as a whole. Do we is it the same director as Fallout?
Yep. And
Yeah.
Rogue Nation.
And Rogue Nation, which I think you're more of a Rogue Nation fan than you
I
are Fallout,
adore
right?
Rogue Nation. Yep,
That's
Rogue
right, that's
Nation
right.
is my favorite.
No, and I think you have lots of validation. I don't think there's a wrong answer between the two. I myself am more of a Fallout fan.
Right. Which I need
But
to watch again. I haven't
oh
seen
my
it in a
gosh.
hot second.
Yeah, and in my humble opinion, I really do think Mission Impossible Fallout is one of the most fun action movies that have come out in the past
No,
few years.
legitimately, yeah.
It blew my mind. And so I am nothing but excited. But which one am I going to enjoy more? Dead Reckoning or John Wick 4? That is up
Ooh,
in the air for
I
me.
forgot John Wick
Because
Chapter 4 comes out.
John Wick Chapter 4 coming out. And of course, any more John Wick, I'm just immediately excited for. But what I'm really, really pumped to see in this one specifically is Donnie Yen.
Oh yeah.
Donnie Yen in a John Wick movie just makes sense to me.
Yep.
And I cannot express how excited I am to see those two go at it.
No, yeah, me too. I'm really pumped.
I'm so pumped. So from action movies, and again, we have a few months to wait, but man, I am dying for those movies to come out.
Yeah,
And,
no,
uh,
I am as well. Yeah, no, with Across the Spider-Verse. I mean, of course,
Across-
really, this one's really close, but I'm super excited for Ant-Man the Wasp Quantumania because I love Ant-Man. And I also think I'm gonna probably cry. It's gonna be sad, but that's
I think so
fun.
too. Do you think this is going to be
I
Paul
think
Rudd's
so.
Ant-Man's last movie?
I think so. I'm not prepared for that.
Do you think he's going to do you think he's going to die?
Yes. I'm not happy
Interesting.
about that, but yes, I do think so.
Interesting.
I'm really, really sad about it. But yeah.
I'm wondering because I don't think he's going to die in a very I don't know if he's going to die.
Okay.
My theory is that he is going to be perhaps unable to leave the quantum realm, or I think he is going to have to make a sacrifice
Uh-huh.
that will not enable him to come back.
Hmm.
I don't know if he's going to die though.
Interesting.
But I do think I agree. I think this is going to be Paul Rudd's last run as Ant-Man, and I think he is going to have to make some sort of sacrifice. And I'm curious. I haven't decided if I think he's going to die or not, but my money is on he's going to be unable to return to from the quantum realm.
Dang. Yeah.
That he is going to have to be stuck there for one reason or another.
Dang.
And that's just my thought.
That would be sad.
What I know I'm going to cry into is Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh my gosh, I forgot that comes out. In a couple
Just that
months.
the trailer almost
Yep.
made me tear up.
Yep.
And I am not happy about that either.
Dang. Man, that means both of our favorite MCU franchises are ending this
Exactly.
year.
Yes, that's right. We've got a lot of great movies to look forward to. Of course, the DC slate, John Wick 4, Dungeons and Dragons,
Dune Part 2, anyone?
Dune Part 2. I was getting there because that is hands down my most anticipated movie. Not just of this year, but as of right now, Dune Part 2 is my most anticipated movie. I cannot wait for that. I'm so excited. And I'm hoping we get another trailer soon. I think in my theory here is that we're going to get the Dune Part 2 trailer with Oppenheimer. No, wait, hold on.
Oh.
Oppenheimer is in Warner Brothers. It's with Universal.
I don't know what
Think about
universe
that.
movies are coming out next year. Fast and Furious 10, I think. I don't know.
Never mind. I don't know. Yeah, I hope we get a Dune trailer soon. Because that'll be enough to hold me over it now. Yeah, Oppenheimer and Barbie come out on the same day.
No, yeah, it's Warner
So
Brothers.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I just looked it up on Wikipedia.
Exciting.
Yeah.
But anyway, if that's the case, then that's my bet as to when we're getting the Dune trailer. It's before
That would make
Oppenheimer.
sense. Yeah, that would make sense.
Onwards and upwards. But Dominique, I do have some questions for you
Yes.
in regards to your 2022 ranked list.
I want to hear them.
So, Dominique, I really do appreciate your style of criticism and rating movies, as I find you are a very nice blend of being very subjective as well as objective.
Thank you.
You do a good job of rating how much you enjoy a movie versus how good or bad you actually think the movie is. And so I understand that this list is kind of that mix of both.
Yep.
Where I feel like it was not easy to balance those sometimes.
I change this list like almost every other time I look at it.
That being said, I want to start by bringing up, I feel like one of the elephants in the room.
Yes.
Out of 82 movies,
Uh-huh. Is it high
you
up or low
currently
down?
have, it's low down.
Okay.
Out of 83 or 82 movies, you currently have Morbius at 63.
Yes.
Now, some of these movies, I haven't seen them, but Tall Girl 2, Spirit Halloween, Zombies, I can imagine are considerably worse than Morbius. But in effect, you are saying that Morbius is above these 19 movies.
Yep.
I want to hear your thought process as why you put Morbius above movies such as Turning Red or Adam Project or some of these other films.
So it really just comes down to my first viewing. Most of these films have a second viewing where I really solidify what I think about it, and it either goes up a little or down a little. Morbius, the second time I watched it, I was like, this is so boring and I don't like it. But the first time I watched it, I saw it in theaters, and how absolutely stupid and ridiculous of a film it was just made me laugh a ton. And so I have it high rated based on that very positive first go, as opposed to my less excited second go. Oh, it was just super solid and really funny because I was expecting it to be a really bad, and it was, but it was really dumb too. And so I liked it the first time. So I don't know. I just haven't really moved it. I haven't watched it since like May of this year. So a lot of these
Sure.
movies that I've seen since, I have seen since. And I just haven't
Sure.
really thought to move Morbius much.
Because like I don't know. I'm not disagreeing with it necessarily. It's once again, I haven't seen most of these, but there are some of these movies here, like Turning Red and Megan, that I know were just pretty positively received,
Yeah.
like as a whole. And I'm just surprised to see them below Morbius.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with Megan. I was not very entertained by it. I found it kind of boring for the most part. But I don't know, maybe my expectations were just different from the actual film, you know? I don't know.
Sure, sure. And so we'll continue on then. We'll continue.
Yeah,
Um,
more questions.
I do have some questions.
I want to hear them.
And because once again, I think you talked about this a little bit yesterday about maybe switching them. I'm very surprised by your placement of Thor: Love and Thunder
Oh,
and
yeah.
Doctor Strange, Mom.
Mom.
Yeah,
Yeah, I probably should. I don't know. I I don't know.
because while I feel they are both, I feel they're very on par in my mind as pretty mediocre movies that
Right.
should have been so much better.
Yes. Yeah, no, I agree. I don't know. The more I think about Thor, the more I'm like, ugh. And the more I think about Doctor Strange, I'm like, eh. So I probably should switch those two. But yes, I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
Okay, okay.
But I probably, yeah, would end of the day. Or just put them like right next to each other and just put Thor below Doctor Strange. I don't know.
Because that's in my own personal list that I haven't made. Because that is very much what I would do. I was having about the same, but I think Doctor Strange just has a little bit more on it than Thor does.
Yeah. Maybe I just haven't forgiven them still for killing Black Bolt. Because
Yeah, that
I haven't.
yeah,
Horribly rude.
that was. And once again, also surprisingly, just Jurassic World Dominion is that something I've watched relatively recently above both of those movies.
Yeah, if I watched it again, it'd be much lower.
That's fair.
But the first time I watched, the only time I watched it with Ben with our Dr. Peppers was a lot of fun. So
I believe it. And then you have a lot of movies here that's kind of between, you know, around 45 to about your top 10 that I think mainly probably just comes down to personal preference. A lot of these middle ones, would you say that's what? How many of these would you say? Oh, I don't know what I'm trying to ask here. Because there's a lot just in this middle section.
yeah.
Do you feel like most of these in the middle section are pretty on par with one another, or do you think that their current ranking is pretty accurate for you?
I'd say it's just pretty accurate for me. I don't know anyone in their right mind who would put Black Adam over Tar, but
That's
I did.
yeah, and I was, and I know you had a really great time watching Black Adam,
I have had
which
such a good time
explains.
watching Black. Every single time I've watched Black Adam, I've been like, this rocks. Yeah, no. Yeah, there's only a handful of people in the world that would put Black Adam over not one but two of the best picture nominees for this year. And I'm that person.
What was it? What was it about Black Adam that spoke to you?
Look, it's a little documented on this show of how much I love the 2003 Daredevil movie. It's
Mhm.
dumb, it's bad, it's not good, but I love it with all my heart. Black Adam itched that same kind of scratch that same kind of itch. It's big, it's dumb, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. It's just such a throwback to those 2000 era superhero movies where like either they were pretty all right or they were really bad because no one knew what they were doing, that I have a very big soft spot for. So I don't know.
No, that's fair. And I do agree that it is. It feels like a callback to the early 2000s movies. Um,
Which is when it
which
was being developed. So
exactly, it's been in development since then. So, but no, it is definitely. It feels like a callback to that. But unfortunately for me, a lot of that the nostalgia factor doesn't quite save it for me. I am a little bummed that we're not going to see more Hawkman or Doctor Fate.
oh, don't even get me started. I love
Because those
Aquaman.
two really, really stole the show from me. And I really liked Cyclone.
Yeah, no, me too. They were
I
all
was
cool.
really, yeah. So, but no, because and now, in the sense we're getting higher, you do have some. Of course, Top Gun at your number one, closely followed by Everything Everywhere, and then Puss in Boots makes it all the way to third place,
Oh yeah, it does.
which it just gets me more intrigued to see it.
Bro, dude, it's that good. Like for real, it's that good.
But now
It
my question
rocks.
is Babylon actually that good?
If you're me, you know, like it's a Damien Chazelle flick who everyone knows I love because he directed and wrote La La Land. It's
Mhm.
all about movie making and the art of it and the like cost that it can cause people in the business, which I love watching movies about. So it's very much a film that was not made for me, but like it feels like one that was very meant to roll right up my aisle. And so I don't know. I really liked it. Do I think it's, yeah, like if we're to objectively list this, no, it'd probably be closer to like the 20s or something.
Sure.
But for my list, yeah. In fact, I even moved it up against the Batman and Nope earlier today.
Right, right.
And we'll see. I'm gonna watch it tonight because it just came out on video on demand, I think, which means the
Okay.
dark web that I use has it uploaded in 1080p.
Okay. Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm gonna watch it again tonight, I think, unless I decide to just not be a happy person and watch Titanic just because I feel like I should watch it, even though I know I'm not gonna like it. So we'll see.
No.
But yeah, so my second watch today will
And I'll be very
change it.
curious to see.
Yeah, so we'll see
I'll
what
be
happens.
very curious.
But that
Another
first watch,
one
I
that
really enjoyed it.
and that's one that I wasn't planning on watching uh anytime soon. It wasn't high on my list until your rating of it, and now I'm intrigued.
It's definitely a film to watch. It's definitely unlike some of the films during the main reason it's so high up is because I'm sure I've said this before, but I appreciate a movie that takes a big swing and a miss over a movie that just plays it safe. So
I
I
agree.
feel like the reason why it's so high up is it feels like one of the most unique films that I watched this year. It was very, very, very much itself, and that really rang well with me, and it didn't ring good with some other people. But I will
Right.
say, and I don't know if I mentioned it here, but while it has a 50% on Rotten Tomatoes, it has I think a 3 point 9 or something. Yeah, it has
Yes.
a 3.9 on Letterboxd. So if that tells you anything.
Yeah. I was just looking at that. And now another question.
All right.
Going back up to your number 4 spot, Glass Onion. And I know you got a lot of enjoyment out of it. Do you think objectively, where do you think Glass Onion would rank on this list?
I'd put it somewhere in between 10 and 20, I feel like.
Interesting. So once again, Glass Onion is just it's so high up there for a personal reason.
Yes, because I love murder mysteries and I love Ryan Johnson's work, and just put those two together and it entertained me quite a bit. So I loved it a bunch.
It's a lot of fun. There is, once again, it's just going through it. Some of these really baffle me. I have a hard time putting or imagining Weird so low on your list.
Yeah.
Avatar below Lightyear.
Yeah, no. Avatar belongs where it belongs. Freaking screw Way of Water.
Right. But I think I feel very similarly about Weird as you do to Babylon, where it feels like one of the most unique movies that I watched this year for me. And it was, like you said, a big swing. And I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm also just very partial towards Weird.
Sure. For me, I think I just wasn't quite in the right mood to watch it when I watched it. Because I wanted to watch it like the day it came out or something, but I'd just gotten home from like work or something like that. So I think I just wasn't quite in the right vibe to watch it at the time. So it didn't hit as well as it could have.
No, so I'd be very curious to see where you put that if
Watch it
and when
again.
you decide to rewatch it, if it in a better mood.
I'm sure it would, yeah.
So once again, like Lightyear is farther up there than I thought it would be.
That one is similar to Morbius due to the fact that I had a really good time seeing it when I saw it. I haven't seen it since. Because I think if I watched it again, it'd go down low. But watching it that first time, it was really sweet and wholesome, and I got really excited at a lot of the parts just because I love Toy Story and love Buzz Lightyear. So yeah. But if I watch it again, I feel like it'd be a lot lower.
So out of this list then, what do you personally feel like is the most underappreciated movie?
Top Gun Maverick. Just kidding.
I mean, because so a lot of these, and here's what I'm getting at, as we kind of touched on this a little bit, is like in the case of Avatar: The Way of Water, I don't know if the financial success that it is having is an accurate representation of the quality of the movie.
I don't either. Your friend Joe Bro thinks so.
But yeah, and I know he is very partial toward, he loves Avatar. And so I am curious how much of his reviewing is subjective, because he is a big Avatar fan. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Some of these movies, like Weird, came straight to streaming services like Glass Onion. And I don't know. What do you feel like? What movie did not get the attention you think it deserved, both financially or critically?
Well, my heart of hearts says Top Gun Maverick, even though it did extremely well financially.
It did extremely
and incredibly well critically. It's still Black Adam. I think Babylon could be a good pick because I feel like that movie was really quickly dismissed after it got poor reviews and bombed really bad since a certain really mid sequel that everyone is still going to go see. but I don't know if that's necessary because, like as we pointed out, it's got a 3.9 on Letterboxd, so it's not that underrated in the community at the very least.
Yeah, at the very least.
But I think it deserved a better chance, certainly. But like as far as a film that I just saw and loved, and I think more people should see, and I don't think a lot of people did. I think I would either go um with Violent Night or Pray or See How They Run. Cause like no one really talked about See How They Run when it came out, but I really liked it and thought it was very fun.
Mhm.
Prey, I feel like got a good buzz for like a week and then no one's talking about it anymore. I watched it
I
again
agree.
a couple weeks ago and I was like, this movie freaking rocks. Like it is so cool. And then Violent Night's another one that's just like it's not like amazing or anything, but it's just a ton of fun. I don't think a lot of people went and saw it. But it was honestly really wholesome and somehow balanced the whole like really wild die hard violence kind of a thing with the actual pretty sentimental core at its
Yeah.
core. And I really liked it. I think more people should watch it. Or Black Adam because Black Adam rocks. I love Black Adam.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. No, there are a lot of these movies that that I hadn't heard of that are fairly high on this. I mean, White Noise being one of them. I hadn't heard about it until looking through your list.
A lot of people didn't like it, but it hit pretty well with me. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Mhm.
It's kind of like it's a satire movie and it stars Adam Driver and it's on Netflix. So, you know, it's pretty solid. If you want to watch an Adam Driver comedy because he is so funny in it, I'd recommend it. It's pretty wild, but I liked it a lot.
Yeah. No, I'll have to check it out. Little bit off topic, but have you seen the trailers for 65?
No, but I heard about them and I'm
Dude, you need
excited.
to watch the trailer for it because speaking of Adam Driver, I I think I'm going to love that movie more than I probably should because it's Adam Driver from the future fighting dinosaurs,
That sounds
and
amazing.
it sounds amazing and it looks amazing. I don't think it's going to be good in the slightest, but I think I'm going to have a good time with it. Another interesting one, and we'll wrap up pretty soon, but The Fablemans is
Yes.
fairly high up there, and for a Steven Spielberg movie
Hmm.
that has been Oscar nominated for several um, Oscars, including Best Picture. Am I correct?
I think so. I don't remember, but I think so.
And John Williams is back with the score for such a stacked movie. I have actually heard very little talk about it.
Yeah, no, it bombed pretty bad, unfortunately. Yeah.
Well,
And can confirm it is one of the movies nominated for Best Picture.
okay, I thought it was. Um, Although it is getting quite it on Letterboxd, it's a 4.1, and so there are people who sing it and really like it.
Yep.
But there hasn't been a lot of buzz. Why do you think that
Nope.
is?
I honestly have no idea.
Because
Like,
it's a Spielberg. You don't
uh-huh.
our
I mean,
good
this
friend.
our
I should
good
probably
friend
just
Stevie, yeah.
our good friend Stevie. I suppose I could just call him up and
Yeah, we
ask
should
him
get him
this
on the
question.
show. He's probably busy right
Uh,
now, though.
I'm probably busy right
We'll call
now.
him another time. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I don't know. I really truly do not know. Like that happened last year with West
in
Side
the Height
Story.
or West Side Story.
Oh,
Yeah,
freaking I love In the Heights. In the Heights is
that's
so
right.
good. And but yeah,
Or
no,
West
it
Side
happened the
Story.
same thing with West Side Story last year. Made a big, really big movie that lots of people like really not critiqued, really applauded, I guess. A lot of
Yeah,
people really liked and just bombed really bad. Although that's one
and
I
then no
also
one
went
saw
and
it.
saw. Yeah, no. Yep. I don't know. Because it's not like it's really playing against anything. It was released in the middle of, oh wait, no. It was playing against Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Never mind. I was gonna say it wasn't playing against anything. But yeah, it only made 25 million on a 40 million budget, which is crazy. Because yeah, no,
Yeah.
it was pretty stinking good. Not gonna lie. I don't know. I do not know. I feel like I don't know. I feel like if anything, it just didn't really like
Yeah.
attract, yeah, like a lot of attention from like your general movie going public, especially with the Wakanda Forever going on.
Sure.
Because for most people, I assume they're probably like, oh, it's another like growing up story. You know, who really cares? I've already seen this like a million times. It doesn't look that interesting. So I don't know. I do not know.
Interesting.
But yeah, no, poor Stevie has
Well,
not had a good run with the box office lately.
he's been having a rough time with the box office recently, which
Yeah.
has been interesting because like I said, it doesn't get much bigger than him.
No.
Um,
Yeah, no. West Side Story was 100 million and it only made 76 million.
Yikes.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I feel bad for the guy. He's
Imagine
amazing
too.
when he's not freaking calling me and bothering me every hour.
No, honestly. Well, maybe hopefully next movie he spends more time in the editing room than he is chatting with us.
One can hope.
One can hope. Well, Dominique, I'd like to close out, but I want to ask one more question. Out of just off the top of your head, or if you have any kind of list pulled up, what do you think we're what do you think are going to be some of the big nominees, if not the winner of next year's Oscars?
Like for the 2024 ceremony,
Yes.
like movies that are coming out this year.
Yeah.
Good question. I feel like Oppenheimer will probably end up being one. I could even see Barbie becoming one too, depending on how it handles its social criticism and stuff. Mission Impossible is definitely gonna get some kind of nomination. Freaking Across the Spider-Verse will probably be a shoe-in for Best Animated Picture again.
I agree.
Uh,
Transformers: The Rise of the Beast
will be Best
probably
Picture. Yeah.
probably Best Picture.
Yeah, no. So, you know, that'll be
Well,
something.
well, at the very least, my friends, you can count on us to be there.
Yep,
We're going to be there watching them.
we
I'm
will.
going to try to watch more movies that come out this year. I want to be the ones to keep you guys updated on our opinions, which might as well be facts.
They might as well be. And I take it back. First of all, I'm also really excited for Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. I
Controversial.
love James. Are you not excited for it?
Not particularly.
What? But we got James Mangold, my guy. Like, he's a great director. He did Logan and Ford v Ferrari and other films, I think. He's a great director for sure. I have faith in him.
I agree. I'm not debating that he's a great director. LucasArts, Lucasfilm has not necessarily impressed me for the
That's fair.
past 7 years.
That's fair.
And while it is still under Lucasfilm, I do not think I can be excited
I
for
think you
it.
mean the last 6 years.
Yeah. Give or
That's what-
take.
Their last great movie was in 2017.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I- that's a whole other can of worms, my friend.
And
No,
oh, go ahead.
Rogue One.
I love
Rogue One was the last great Star Wars movie.
It was
And
the penultimate last great Star Wars
it was the last.
movie.
And I will give them the Mandalorian because the Mandalorian,
Mandalorian rocks. Andor
No,
also rocks.
which I haven't actually
You
watched.
should watch it. It rocks.
I that's what I've heard, and I'll probably watch it soon, and I'll probably like it. Just Book of Boba Fett left such a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah, that's
And then I started Kenobi, and I finished the first 2 episodes and decided I wasn't going to watch it.
you should watch the last 2 episodes. 'Cause
That's
those
what
are
I
good
hear.
ones.
That's what I hear. So those just left such a bad taste in my mouth that I'm like, I probably won't watch Andor. But then everyone loved it, so go figure. So I'll probably watch it before Mando season 3 comes out. But anyway, point is, I'm not particularly excited for Indiana Jones.
Fair enough.
I hope it's better than I'm expecting.
I hope so as well. Having recently rewatched Kingdom of the Crystal Skull and not being as bad as I remember, I have high hopes for this one.
Well,
It's definitely not as
I
good as
hope-
the first 3, like don't get me wrong.
No. Yeah. No, it's bad, but
It's
I
something.
anyway. But I mean, we'll go ahead and wrap it up here.
Okay, but real quick, I've remembered what will actually be the best picture winner
Yes.
for next year. It's gonna be Super Mario Brothers, the movie. That will be the best movie of the year. Calling it now.
Calling it now. Man, I hope so. I am excited for that.
Me too.
In a very, I don't think it's going to be good, but I'm
It's
excited
gonna
for
be fun.
99% of that voice cast. Most of the voice cast I am obsessed with.
Yep,
Most of them.
most of them.
And if you know anything about that movie, you know exactly the one we're talking about. That 1% that's been excluded from this conversation. Love the guy, but
Yeah, no.
not for Mario.
Nope.
Dominique, thanks again for recording, and we're happy to provide our listeners. We're so happy that you've listened and you made it this far. We love doing this.
We love you all. Please remember,
we love you all.
don't be racist.
Don't be racist, as we are not racist.
Exactly.
And go watch some of these movies. I hope we've inspired you to watch something that you haven't seen before. If not, then well, continue in watching the movies you do enjoy.
As long as you've seen Top Gun Maverick, then we approve of your actions.
Yes.
Yep.
I'm in it with you now. And go ahead, follow us on Letterboxd if you want to keep updated with what we're watching. We both do a pretty good job. Dominic especially does a great job of updating it every time he watches a movie. He writes your
every time.
reviews.
I am obsessed with Letterboxd.
Yes, and I really think you should invest in the Pro.
Yeah.
I think you should.
Thought about it.
I have too. We'll do that together.
That'd be good.
But follow him, Shadow Spider 004. You'll like his reviews if you don't already follow him. I love reading his reviews. He's a fantastic critic while also being very subjective.
Stop. Oh my god.
So
Blushing.
just go and follow him.
My 2022 ranked list is there if you're curious about more of the
Yes. And please do go through that. And go through all of your lists. You have some fun lists, dude. I like going through your lists. And then I'm, of course, Jetpack Cat 076. A lot less entertaining. But if you're curious what I'm watching.
But still pretty entertaining. Don't get him wrong.
feel like I'm not as entertaining as it used to be. I feel like my more recent movie reviews
Uh-huh.
have been more critical than
Mhm.
entertaining.
Sure.
But I don't know. Anyway, that's all the time we have. We've got good timing. We've got about 5 minutes left on the meeting.
Yep.
Thanks again for listening. We can't wait to hear from you again.
Yeah, we love you all. And with that love, bring that love to the whole world and also tell people to listen to our podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spread our love.
Spread our love through our podcast so we can quit our jobs and make money off this. Just become podcasters.
Absolutely.
That'd be cool.
Just become podcast. That's the dream.
Cool. It is a dream. It's a big dream, but it's the dream.
It is the dream. Well, folks, until next time.
Bye, everyone. I'm waving, but you can't see me, and it's fun.
Until next time. Have a good week.
All right, my guy. Very good. Very good. Very
Nice.
good. Very good. What? So you said the Batman would be your pick for 2022, right?
Yes. My
What's-
personal favorite of 2022.
What's your bottom, other than me?
Like I said, out of the ones I've seen, Jurassic World Dominion.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Let me see. Let me pull up my movies. I really enjoyed yeah, not all of them. No, it has to be Jurassic World Dominion. I liked Black Adam a lot. I liked Black Adam. Despite its lower rating, I liked it a lot more than
Right.
Thor Love and Thunder.
Right.
And probably a bit more than Doctor Strange.
Yeah, I liked it more than almost literally any of Marvel's
Any of the Marvel
thing,
projects,
other
yeah.
than Wakanda.
Yeah. So I don't know. I definitely say Jurassic World Dominion is my bottom one. But like I said, I really haven't seen that many. And unlike you, the movies that I saw just were not good. I spent a lot of 2022 like broke. And so I really didn't see as many movies as I would have liked to. And so if it wasn't something I was interested in or heard was pretty bad, I just skipped out on it.
Right.
So I missed a lot of the worst stuff.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, no, I was a bit of a theater bug this year.
No, and I'm hoping that this year I will be.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. Plus, it helps that the theater does $5 tickets here, and the Regal one does $5 tickets on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
So as long as I can plan it out on a Tuesday, I love going. So
Yeah. No, and I need to look into the theaters here. Karen and I were talking about getting like the Cinemark membership or whatever. Because there's a lot of movies that we want to see this year, and they do the thing where like each month you get a free ticket.
Nice.
And we were thinking about doing that for us. Because that sounds kind of nice.
Yeah.
That like every other month, if we wanted to, we could both get into a movie for free.
Right, yeah.
Every month one of us gets in for free. And there's a lot of movies that I want to see this year, and I don't know. So I'm hoping to go to the theater more. And especially after going to see Top Gun Maverick in the theater, it made me realize how much I missed going to the theater.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
I'm excited.
All righty then. Well, I shall bid you adieu, and the best of luck with all of your endeavors over the next week. We'll record again sometime next week to talk about whatever we decide to talk about.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
All right. Deuces, my guy.
Later.
Bye.